Hey, what's going on? So, we'll talk about agents today. In my 30-something years of playing professionally, I've had the number of positive experiences with agents that could probably fit in the palm of my hand. They are useless. Agents are useless, largely. They're a layer between you and the gig. They impede your ability to negotiate for a price you deserve. They pretty much make it so that it's communism. Everybody pretty much has to work for the same price. And it's less money than you can negotiate on your own because they have to take their fee on top, which is sometimes, exorbitant. In my particular area, several agencies have really gobbled up a lot of the work. And they have contracts with these places, and I don't know if they're exclusive, but the work that the money that they negotiate, they have no incentive to negotiate a more per gig price because they have a set number of gigs that they get a fee on. It's contract. And they also don't care who's in that slot as long as nobody complains about that slot. And then if somebody does, they don't care. They'll just stick somebody else in. I've never had a really good exclusive run at a place where I made top money through agents, except for the place that I currently play. I work for one agent who's good, but I still had to hit him for money, and I let him know yesterday that I'm going to look for something else come next season because the pay's lagging. It's falling behind. This is a property that the rooms cost and the bar tabs probably cost. The average bar tab is probably what they pay me for one person for a packed bar outside on the beach, tiki bar, and the rooms are 3-4 times what I'm paid. So I understand it's in an aggregate, but either way, I even told this agent that we're going to need more money because it's not enough. And I would rather not have to deal with an agent. Back in the day, I was my own agent. I booked my gigs. I was able to negotiate. We were able to get money based on, what we thought was worth, what we were worth. Also, you have to understand that very few venues, managers, club owners understand the worth of a musician in live entertainment, and they just never value you to what I guess what I think we really are and what our perceived value is. Consistently, always and every time, a bartender makes more money than a musician at a decent place. Somebody who can basically teach themselves out of a book how to make drinks. We spend a lifetime learning how to sing and play and read a crowd. It doesn't matter, you get screwed. But initially, if you get into music to try to make money, you're going to fail anyway. It's really just an auxiliary benefit of the what the arts and music in general can bring to you in life in terms of enrichment and things like that. But either way, we professionals, we still want to make a living. An orchestra musician wants to make a living, and they get paid accordingly. And there's a relatively few musicians on the planet that are at that level, so they get paid accordingly. So I guess that's the main thing I can't stand about agents. They gobble up all the work. It's for less money than you would get on your own, and you can't negotiate on your own behalf. And most of the time, the gig pays what the gig pays. It's not based on your skill and talent. It's based on what the gig pays. I have a serious problem with that, because you don't pay anybody else in the world based on what the gig pays. They get what they get because they negotiated it based on what their perceived worth is from the employer and what they know that they're worth, and they'll either accept what they accept or not. So if at all possible, try to get around agents, and all is fair in love and war. Try to get these gigs without an agent if you can. I found in most of the time you can't get anywhere. And The club owners and managers, they don't want to deal with any of this crap. Like I said, they're largely clueless, don't want to deal with it. They're happy just to pay an agent, and consistent, okay, mediocre, sometimes good entertainment is provided for them, and that's it. When they cut a check to the agent cuts the entertainers shitty checks, pretty much, and everybody goes their merry way. So it's just a little rant on agents, something to be aware of. It's really hard to distinguish yourself and be a cut above through an agency. Like I said, I can count the number of agents on in the palm of my hand on one finger, really, in 35 years, that I think get it, who understand, who can look at performers and bands and assess them accurately, gauge their talent, gauge if they're right for the room, things like that. So just beware. Sometimes it's better to make a little bit less money if you're in a place where you can get more work without an agent. Like I said, around here, if you can get more work if you work through the agents. It just depends. Like Orlando, you couldn't really get anything without the agents. It was the corporate gigs and the theme park things and the private events. But anyway, that's about all I have for today. Agents suck. They're largely useless.